Hi everyone, we're doing SAT Practice Level 2, Functions, Part 2. There's actually 4 parts altogether, and we're talking about functions here, and we want to know, we're actually looking at this, and we want to look at the graph. So, basically, it asks for the graph of P of X, meaning this graph. So they're wanting to know what this graph kind of looks like. And it's a function, so we know right away that these two are not functions. They don't pass the vertical line test. And we also know that the smallest that y can be, if you call this y, is 1/2. So y has to be greater than or equal to 1/2. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to choose from A and C. So this, what we're going to do is D and E can't be functions, and the graph, the smallest way that y can be is 1/2, so it can't be B. So it's either A or C. So what we're going to do is just set this absolute value of 2 minus x plus 1/2 equals 1/2, because it has to be greater than or equal to 1/2. So we're just going to set it to 1/2. So you get 2 minus, absolute value of 2 minus x equals 0. And so 2 minus x equals 0. So 2 equals x. So that means the graph reaches its minimum point at x equals 2. So that means that answer A must be correct. Okay? The next one is just asking for where is x. This is supposed to be little x, for which f of x is undefined. So basically, we first of all, we want to look at the denominator. And the denominator, we know that x can't be 4. So x is undefined at 4. X cannot be 4. And also we have to look at the radical at the top. So at the top, this has to be in here, has to be x squared minus 4 has to be greater than or equal to 0. Or we can just set it less to 0, so we get x squared is less than 4. So basically, x has to be in between -2 and 2. So basically, when you look at this, the answer has to be E. Okay, so it equals all real numbers less than or equal to 2, or greater than or equal to 2, except 4. This is where for f of x is defined. And the last one, looking for the inverse. So here are your answers, and all you have to do is we're going to switch the x and the y. Let this be y. So we're going to get y equals 1/3 x plus 3. If you want to go ahead and solve for y first, we're going to get y minus 3 equals 1/3 x. So if you multiply both sides by 3, you get 3 times y minus 3 equals x. So x equals 3y minus 9. Now in inverses, you know you have to switch the x and the y. So you can switch the x and the y at this later stage if you want. So the answer here is E. Okay? Thank you, and have a nice day.